现在请来自中国社会科学院民族学与人类学研究所的教授吴晓黎发表宗族组织的历程。
Excuse me. Next, we'll have Professor Wu Xiaoli from the Institute of Ethnology and Anthropology of China's Academy of Social Sciences to present on the topic of the ups and downs of the lineage organization in China.
已经不断的，我们中国，尤其中国学者这边不断的提到了宗族，那么我这次要专门讲一讲关于宗族组织。
So we've been having this discussion about the clan lineage association organization in China from yesterday to today. So this is what I'm going to focus on now.
首先需要说明一下，我说的是汉人社会的宗族组织。前面已经提到那个汉人社会，那么它是中国的。按照官方的范畴来说，我们有56个民族，就是56个 nationalities， 汉族是其中最大的一个民族，那么它占人口的90%。
So let me begin by clarifying that the clan or the lineage organization that I'm talking about is based on a Han society. In Chinese official policies, there are 56 nationalities, and Han is one of them.Which occupies about 90% of its population.
宗族这个词在中国的语境里边，实际上指的是父系宗族。那么从定义上来说，它包括了那些认同同一个男性祖先的家庭。
By definition, the idea of lineage here in China is a patriarchal lineage because people identify with the same patriarch, and that thus forms the patriarchal lineage that we call lineage organization today.
那么它是家庭和国家之外汉人社会非常重要的、非常突出的一种组织形式。然后，但是它在地区上的差别也是非常大的，所以我不会说它是一个基本的组织形式，因为这种地区上的差异，我们现在看到的是南方比北方强，北方包括东北，那么宗族组织相对比较弱。这种差异实际上是有非常长的历史，从宋元时期，也就是说大概将近1000年前，这种差异就形成了。那么今天特别典型的宗族组织，尤其是20世纪当人类学、社会学开始做调查的时候，他们特别典型的体现在东南中国，也就是说福建和广东这些地区。
Besides the family unit and the state system, lineage organization is a very prominent feature of Chinese society. However, because of the regional differences, I would not say this is across the board the most important feature in China, because there has been discussion about lineage organization being more important in the south than in the north, and this has a lot to do with the historical contexts. For instance, since the Song and Yuan dynasty, the south has more emphasis on the lineage society than the north, and especially in the 20th century with the rise of anthropology and sociology, because a lot of the field work or study has been focused on the southeastern region of China, and hence you might get a stronger emphasis on the lineage organization in the south.
20世纪前期的这些典型的宗族组织会有这些特征，比如说他们有族谱、有族长、有祠堂、有族产。那么这几个特征实际上按照它的普遍性程度是递减的，就是很多地方可能它有族谱，但是有可能没有祠堂，或者有可能没有族产。
Some of the features of the lineage organization in the first half of 20th century are, as you can see in the PowerPoint, genealogy, lineage, chief, ancestral hall, and lineage property. However, not every places have the same amount of these features or qualities. Some have more, some have less.
那么我们前面讲的最典型的就是东南的这种组织，就是说他们这4个东西会都有。我接下来会从它的历史来看一下，它跟这个从宗族的历史上有很多东西可以来推论，或者说可以来 往不同的方向来扩展这个对它的研究。我比较侧重的是关于它和宗族组织和国家的关系。
So the four features that I listed here can all be found in the southeastern region, and hence that's the typical model of lineage organization we're talking about. Today I'm going to focus more on the relationship between the lineage organization and the state.
那么在中华文明的最早的阶段，我们看到它有一些重要的特征，一个是农业为主导，祖先崇拜是最重要的信仰实践，然后国家形成的非常早。我们知道我们的上古三代，夏商周上古三代，其中商代已经有了文字记载，已经有了铭文和甲骨文这样的记载，那么它相当于斐陀的早期。
In early China, in the early phase of Chinese civilization, agriculture has been developed along with the culture of worshiping the ancestors, as well as the state. In the written documents of the Xia, Shang, Zhou dynasties, you can already see these features. Such development was similar to a particular period in India, in the period of Veda.
那么西周时期是一个创立以后的王朝制度的一个非常重要的时期。西周的时期是在那个宗族的发展历史上是作为宗法制系统形成的这样的一个时期。那么它的政治结构是建立在这种就是天子和分封国这样的基础之上。天子他住在王畿，然后分封国这些都是就是所谓诸侯，就是统治各个地区性的王国。那么他们之间，天子就是叫嫡长子，而其他的地区性的诸侯，绝大多数都是那个就是那个诸侯的其他的儿子。
The Western Zhou period dynasty is particularly important in the creation of the lineage system. Because this is the time when monarchy when the rise of monarchies are co-articulated with the lineage system. In particular, you can see some kind of isomorphic relationship here. In particular, the so-called the son of the emperor and the granted states, they have okay, let me paraphrase by this. The son of the emperor or the son of heaven, which is the leader of the country, is supported by all these granted states, and the son of the emperor work on the capital area, whereas the other feudal lords would occupy the spaces of the granted states, and of course, all these people are patriarchs.
那么西周的贵族之间实行的是宗法制，这种宗法制首先是区分嫡子或者世子和庶子，也就是说，那个正妻的最大的儿子和其他的儿子。那这个在他继承制度上是嫡长子继承制，所以在这样的划分之后，正妻就嫡子的宗族就形成了大宗，然后其他的儿子形成小宗，然后这个小宗和这个嫡长子继承制和小宗大宗的划分是宗法制的重要内容。
Here we see a very particular development that is in this patriarchal linear system. The first son of the wife is the most important because he is the inheritor of the family, of the patriarch. Whereas the sons of the concubines or the second or third sons of the wife would not occupy as a prominent position. And therefore, the son of the wife would be the patriarch of the lineage, whereas the second sons, third sons, or the sons of the occupants, they may create the smaller lineage, if you will.
那么宗法制的原则是尊祖敬宗，收族，大宗率小宗，小宗率群弟。那么宗法制的这个主要的权利就是祭祀的权利，就是统治的权利。对于只有嫡长子才有权利来在祭祀祖先的时候做主祭人，并祭祀始祖，就是 就是最早的祖先，然后继承就是你最近去世的祖先和远祖的这样的宗庙，这就是宗庙制。而其他的孩子，就其他的儿子只能祭祀到5代的祖先。
This gets so the fundamental logic of the patriarchal lineage system is that you gotta respect and worship the ancestors, and from here comes a particular culture of worshiping, which is related to how the state rules. So if you're the son of the emperor or the son of the wife, you will be able to serve as the masters of sacrifice of the rituals. If you are not the son of the wife, you are not allowed to do so. So the right to offer worship or to offer sacrifice is the right to rule. In consequence, as a consequence, the son of the wife or the son of the wife will also be able to inherit the temples or the ancestor hosts, whereas the minor sons will not be able to.
宗庙系统和祭祀的权利是高度的等级化的。那么在贵族中间，不同的等级可以有不同数量的宗庙，然后对于平民来说是不允许有家庙的，他们只能够在叫正寝之中，在他们的卧室里边祭祀父亲已逝的父亲。在这里我要说一句，就是说这里都只提到男性的那个祖先，然后。他是那个母性这方面是陪祭的，就是说祭祀父亲的时候，母亲她是如果是去世的陪着祭祀，她不单独祭祀母亲。
I want to emphasize here in this patriarchal lineage system, all the relationship between offering the sacrifices and the right to rule, they are very they have a strong hierarchy. And particularly, all these possibilities of offering sacrifices are only conducted by the royalties. The commoners cannot have family temples or family hosts. If they want to worship their ancestors, they can only do so within their home, but not in a public space or having some kind of public family ancestor hall. Furthermore, as you can see, this is very gendered. It's especially bias against women. So women can only be the companion of the worship, but not the object of the worship.
因此，亲族的秩序就构成了政治的主要结构。对于天子和那个地区性的封国来说，祭祀的权利就是统治的权利；对于其他的贵族来说，祭祀的权利就是领导宗族的权利。
So I just want to emphasize this point again. The right to offer sacrifices is the right to rule as far as the Holy Family or the royal family is concerned. In a feudal states, in a granted states, the lords would inherit the power. I mean, the sons of the lords then would inherit the power of the state.
那么周朝是中国几千年的这个王朝统治的一个规范，就是制度的创立者。在他那个创下的许多规范中，其中一个是礼制。我们昨天已经说到了很多的地方说到了礼。那么这个中国概念翻译成英文，就像前面的翻译的说的，有很多的文化的剩余。翻译成仪式只是它的一个很狭窄的方面，它是一个非常复杂的概念，是一套社会的规范。那么基于这样的礼制、亲族秩序，就是说，先是成为周朝的那个政治秩序。那么在后来的这个春秋时期，在西周的王朝已经开始衰落的时候。那么孔子开始重构这一套礼制的秩序，然后把它伦理化了，以此来重建社会和政治秩序。
So as we can see here, the family relationship in this case can also be translated into the relationship of governance or the order of rule, and this was created in the Zhou dynasty, which really created the system of the patriarchal lineage system, which in many ways relied on the regime of the ritual to govern this particular political condition. However, as we said earlier in the previous discussion, the very translation of ritual is an insufficient one, and therefore there's quite a bit of the cultural surpluses to be considered, which would then enable us to understand the complexities of such a combination of the familial and political rule. What happens after the Zhou dynasty is that is the period of the warring states, which destroy pretty much the system that the Zhou dynasty created. And therefore, Confucius became really important in this historical narrative in the sense that he recreated a regime of ritual, therefore giving the political order an ethical dimension.
那么宗族发展的第二个阶段是从春秋，到唐，在我的划分里，这是一个很长的这样的时期。这个时期的特点是这种贵族的，也就是基于血缘的贵族宗族的衰落，以及新的文化和官僚贵族的形成。
The second phase of the development is from the period of the warring states to the Tang dynasty. And the characteristic feature during this period is that the royalties, the patriarchal lineage system in the royalties has declined, and the official intellectual caste, class has emerged to become the more dominant force.
从春秋时期开始，由于生产力的发展，以前以族为单位的这种劳动生产方式开始解体。这个时候有大量的人口流动，然后居住也变得很混杂，家庭开始成为最基本的经济和社会单位。那么被国家权力组织成，就是根据地域形成了不同的组织。
Because during the warring states period, the warring states period, there has been and also the Chunqiu is untranslatable. That's the period before the warring states, which is also a combination of all these conflicts between regional warlords of various kinds. In any case, the development of the productivity during and after the warring states period has gone to such an extent that the migration of people has become more common, and therefore the basic unit of social consistency has shifted from the clan to the family, and that's the new development in this process.
接下来的战国时期是一个所谓百家争鸣的时期。那么法家的兴起在这里非常的重要。法家是讲求效率和才能的，在他们的主张之下，那么官僚逐渐的取代了建立在世袭基础上的贵族。然后，贵族的宗族开始失去了他们的政治功能。
Another feature of this period is that because this is a time when all these different talents have become to emerge from outside the royal families, and the legalist group in particular is important because they emphasize this efficiency and talents. In other words, the royal family has declined with the rise of the bureaucrat intellectual class that are more capable of effective and talented work.
统一了战国的秦朝，它就是建立在法家的原则之上。那么秦朝在中国的历史上是另外一个规范的提供者，它在它的规范里边包括大一统，就是还有那个官僚制的集权国家，还有我们前面说到的编户齐民以及齐民社会。
Following the warring states is the rise of the Qin dynasty, which is ruling by the legalist doctrines, which emphasizes greater unification of the country and the concentration of the bureaucratic powers. And this also comes with what we were discussing earlier about the society of the registered and equal subjects.
从汉朝开始，汉朝是首先它继承了秦朝的制度，然后后来又把佛教又把那个儒家抬升为最重要的学派和国家的意识形态。那么这种被称之为儒表法理的这样的一种 制度，这样的一种传统，就成为以后的所有的王朝最重要的政治传统。
The dynasty that came after the Qin dynasty is the Han dynasty, which strikes a very interesting contrast to the Qin in the sense that it honors the Confucianism as the state ideology. However, Confucianism is only on the facade. Deep in the bones, it's still very much a legalist. It still follows the legalist doctrine. So the facade, the Confucianist facade, plus the legalist heart, it has become the fundamental skill and technology of rule in China.
在这个制度中，最重要的是官僚制度。那么，官僚制度成为社会的精英的形成和流动的最重要的一个，就是形塑它的制度。那么，在这个官僚制度之下，最早期的那个官僚的它的方式选拔的方式是推举，是地方性的推举。在这样的制度之下，就形成了所谓的士族。那么，他们实际上是文化贵族。
One of the key elements of the Han Dynasty is the emphasis on the bureaucratic system. The bureaucratic system created the elite and facilitated their circulation or upward movements. And one of the ways of creating or finding these bureaucrats is through it's not so much election, but through recommendations at the local district level. And because of this system of local recommendation, it made these people who later on became officials or bureaucrats to become the head of the clan, 氏族, which in many ways is actually a form of cultural elitism.
那么国家非常依赖这些地方上的士族提供各种官僚，他们垄断了实际上所有的高级的那个官僚的职位。这个冲击来自于，就是说这种士族，因为他们文化贵族一旦形成之后，他们也形成了自己的变成一个世袭式的群体，基于血缘和门第的群体。那么这个接下来的冲击是在隋朝的时候科举制的产生。科举制，那么就是一个建立在普遍的考试的基础之上。一个就像现在的一个普通考试，普遍性的考试，那么你的身份血缘在这里就没有意义了。那么科举制的冲击，科举制对于士族是产生了很大的冲击，尤其是在唐朝中期科举制擴大之後。
So another important thing to note about the development of the clan in the Han dynasty is that these bureaucrats that are locally recommended, that are recommended from the local districts, formed in a certain sense as some kind of hereditary system, because the government or the state relied these clan groups to present capable bureaucrats for the state. So in this sense, it becomes hereditary in a sense that these official posts or officialdoms can be passed down the bloodline or the clan association. However, this situation changed in the Sui dynasty that followed the Han dynasty, which transformed the system into what we call today the civil service examination system, which facilitated elevation or social mobility through test-taking skills, and therefore disrupting the dominance or monopoly of the clan lineage.
对于士族来说，就是士族科举制的冲击之外，唐末的战争在战乱之中对他们的打击是最大的，很多的族谱都在那儿消亡了。因此，士族在唐末，就是宋朝宋朝的时候，实际上士族已经基本上消亡了。那么，就从宋朝开始，所谓历史上的那个唐宋变革，宋朝是中国近代社会的一个开端。在这个时期，从宋到清朝最后的一个王朝，在宗族的历史上，它是一个重构和庶民化，就是宗族的庶民化和重构和庶民化的时期。
So because of the civil service exam system, the lineage system has been in decline since the late Han dynasty, especially It was also a time when a lot of the social turmoil were happening due to the invasion of the barbarians from the west and north, which destroyed Tang, obviously, and the inauguration of the Yuan dynasty. However, the dynasty that followed Yuan, which is the Song, I'm sorry, I messed up. The Song dynasty that followed the Tang dynasty and onwards to the Qin dynasty, it is a period of reconstruction of the clan or reconstruction of the lineage system, and also the sort of quote-unquote democratization of the lineage system to the ordinary people.
宋朝的儒家被称之为新儒家，那么他们是在一个社会秩序，也就是说，在那个由于氏族的消亡造成地方社会秩序的真空这样的一个背景之下，要来重建社会秩序。因此，作为他的这个重建努力的一部分，他们要重建礼仪秩序。然后朱熹作为其中一个代表，他的家礼，他写了家礼，就是来专门规范关于家庭的那个家庭家族的各种礼仪秩序的。其中的一个重要的部分就是放松等级的限制，就是对于谁能够祭祀谁，在什么地方祭祀这样的问题。
In the Song dynasty, the Confucianists then were called the Neo-Confucianists. Their contribution to the lineage system is that they are trying to fill in the vacuum created by the political turmoil by infusing this regime of the ritual. So in this sense, they're trying to reconstruct the regime of the ritual that were destroyed, through the political turmoil of the previous dynasties, and implemented that at a very local level, especially through the family. So Zhu Xi, this famous Song Dynasty Neo-Confucianist, wrote about and publicized what he calls the family rituals, which is a compilation of various rules governing how the family should follow the regime of the ritual. And one of these rules is to release or loosen up the regulations of who can and where you can do the family worshiping.
重要的一个事件是明朝中期，有一个皇帝诏令允许民间冬至祭祖、祭始祖，这是在历史上的第一次。因为我们知道前面说了，老百姓只允许祭祀自己的父亲，然后还是在那个卧室之内。那么从这个由于冬至祭祖的这条法令之后，那么民间就修了大量的祠堂，这个祠堂是朱熹制定的，大量的祠堂，而且就专供，就是把这个始祖的牌位供起来，就是说它超越了临时性祭祖这样的一个规定。就是民间实际上在这个诏令之下，超越了朱熹的规定，作为理学家的规定，也超越了政府的规定。但是在这个时候，地方政府并没有，基本上是采取放任态度。
During the Ming Dynasty, there's further changes to the lineage system. For some reasons, the government allowed the peasants, who are the regular people, to publicly worship their ancestors during the winter solstice. And with this relaxing of the regulations, people began to openly worship their ancestors, and not just their immediate father, but also the ancient ancestors. By creating the ancestors' halls that we were talking about earlier. And in this way to recreate this lineage that were advocated by Zhu Xi, but in many ways the practices during the Ming Dynasty has transcended the requirements or regulations laid out by Zhu Xi, and the government were simply leaving that to themselves without any interference.
那么明清时期呢，宋儒所规定的那些，就变成了一种制度性的实践。那么在明清时期，一个重要的制度是那个乡约制度。乡约制度实际上是一种基层的治理系统。这个乡约制度在运行的过程中，就是大量的吸纳了宗族的组织。 宗族组织实际上是从这个时期开始大量的出现。在宗族组织中，基本上是士绅起着领导作用，这些士绅是围绕着这种科举制度形成的。
In the Ming and Qin dynasties, the culture of worshiping ancestors has become institutionalized, and this is done primarily during the local district level, where they then developed this other idea of the country contract, 相约, which allowed the local elites, gentlemen, literati, to form organizations around these clan or lineage genealogies, and the rise of these local gentry or literati was made possible by the civil service examination.
宗族组织这个时候起到了非常多的社会功能，然后其中它的族田的功能是一个是为了祭祀，另一个是为了赋税，因为在户籍制度之下，它可能一个宗族集体的就是有一个户籍，另外一个非常重要的功能就是为了科举制而培养子弟。
During this period, the clan or the lineage system has several social functions. One of which is to create the so-called clan or lineage field on which people plow, grow rice and whatnot. And this was happening because it was articulated with the economic needs based upon the household registry for taxation purposes. It also offers a way to create the local elite through the civil service examination.
我讲快一点。那么第4个时期就是从民国开始一直到现在的这样的一个时期。从1910年代开始，就有很多关于对于前面讲到的家族主义的那个攻击。那么对于家族主义的攻击，它的基础是个人自由、平等以及独立的人格。
From the early 20th century onwards, this is the fourth and last period I'm going to talk about. There's been a lot more attack on familyism that we have discussed yesterday. Okay.
其中的2个代表就是改革派的代表是孙中山先生，他在1926年的三民主义之中，就是提出要把就是宗族可以扩展成为国族，而革命派的代表是毛泽东。他在1927年的湖南农民运动考察报告中，就把族权作为封建宗法制度的4权之一，作为一个封建束缚之一要打倒的。
Because of well, so let me put it this way. There are 2 more forces that came out in the early 20th century China in thinking about lineage and clans. One representative is Sun Yat-sen, who can be seen as more of a reformist who wanted to transform the clan lineage system into a national community. The other strand is actually the revolutionary strand, which can be represented by Mao, who considered the clan lineage as one of the 4 authorities of the feudal system, which must be destroyed for the communist revolution to be a success.
那么在中华人民共和国时期，在土改之中，族田还有祠堂被没收，然后族长也是被打倒，然后在接下来的那个运动中间，很多的族谱被烧毁。也就是说，在这样的一个50年到70年代这个受主义革命时期，整个宗族组织是解体了，但是宗族的观念和价值并不一定。
So after 1949, especially during the land reform period, the lineage clan field has been reappropriated by the state, and also the ancestral properties were taken away. Meanwhile, the patriarchs are being criticized and denounced, and the family genealogies are burned. So in many ways, there was a huge destruction of the lineage system during the early phase of the PRC, during the early phase of the PRC. However, the concepts of lineage remained intact.
从1980年代开始，宗族的活动由于政治气氛的变化，许多宗族活动开始恢复，包括重新编撰族谱，包括祭祀。但是在80年代到90年代，宗族的力量对于政府来说，在某一些区域，它是一个非常让人不安的力量。比如说，对于计划生育是一个那种抗拒性的力量，还有很多地方和政府的冲突之间，还有包括这个以前就在清代的时候就很突出的那个械斗。
Since the 1980s, there's been some restoration of the lineage system, particularly in the form of recompiling the family genealogy or reinitiating the worshiping, ancestral worshiping. However, the lineage system and its inherent power is a force of unsettledness. The state in particular were fairly conservative about their potentials because the lineage system constituted this kind of counterforce to state policies in such areas as planned birth and also in the local warfares or skirmishes between the clans or lineages.
主流的态度就是从知府和知识界来说，在80年代和90年代主要是负面的。那么这种批判是从意识形态、政治影响以及现代化的角度做出的。
In the 80s and early 1990s, the dominant attitude towards the lineage system has been fairly negative, and the reason for that is because they are ideologically negative and they contain negative social forces that the state didn't like.
也有一些学者希望对于宗族适应现代价值方面的进步做出肯定，比如说它的组织原则变得民主化，然后也提倡性别平等，然后在某些方面它变成像一个志愿组织发展，但是这只是它的某一部分。
There were also some positive views on the lineage system, particularly in the way it has modernized itself to emphasize gender equality, to become more mainstream, to offer alternative ways of association, and so on and so forth.
在新的世纪里边，一个重要的变化就是当下的基层社会的治理危机，在这个时候，传统文化也被用来作为一个可以弥补的资源，但是呢。我们看到，比如说“新乡贤”这样的说法，它重新想呼唤一个在传统文化中起到重要作用的一个领导阶层，但是对于宗族来说，在主流话语中，它仍然是一个负面的，被用在像宗族恶势力和跟村霸联系在一起。总的来说，就是说它的宗族的政治的潜能是政府一直要防范的，但是它在社会和文化领域，它基本上可以自由活动。
So the contemporary moment has been both positive and negative for the lineage system. On the positive side, it is the reservoir of traditional culture, and it can be used as some kind of resources for regenerating the social, particularly with such ideas of the new countryside elites or the peasant elite. That has been taken up fairly positively. However, the dominant mainstream ideology still consider lineage as a fairly negative force. They may possibly sabotage the social stability of the time.
总结的说，中国的宗族组织它是自上而下建构起来的。这种祖先崇拜是存在于这种宗族组织的中心。它这种虽然这种祖先崇拜的观念在上层和下层都是普通的，但是组织宗族的权利，它最开始是一个贵族的等级化的特权。后来，这种特权被这种学者官僚所继承，又在这种学者官僚的那个中介之下，到达普通民众。
So as we can see, the formation of the lineage system is pretty much a top-down process. It started with the royalties, then passed down to the bureaucrats, and finally to the regular, ordinary people.
宗族组织在一开始它就是政治性的。它跟国家在意识形态上密切的联系在一起，尤其是在明清时期，在政治上它跟国家是相互支持的。但是这种关系也不是全然是没有紧张、没有张力的，因为毕竟他们的利益的优先性还是不一样的。然后 一个革命主义的国家，一个革命派的国家，有一个激进的不同意识形态的这样的一个国家，使这样的宗族组织完全解体，它的政治丧失了组织和政治的能力，这一点它是已经不可能恢复了。
The relationship between the lineage system and the state has never been easy. Ideologically speaking, it had a period of cooperation with the state, but during the revolutionary period, it's a lot more. Its relationship with the state is a lot more tense. Particularly, a revolutionary country like China wanted to demolish this lineage system. And so overall, while there's some form of revival, it is very difficult to entirely restore the lineage system in contemporary China.
最后回应一下前面9位说到的国家和社会关系，就是从这个宗族组织的历史上，我们看到的实际上是国家或者说政府组织在中华文明中的这种优先性的地位，可以跟其他的相比，比如说在印度文明中间，无论是印度教还是佛教的传统，都把政府作为一个这种在一个衰落时代的一种非常不幸的必要性，然后是他们认为社会先在于国家，而且是比国家更为重要的。但是这样的一种尤其是在印度教思想中，还给了社会秩序，就是瓦尔纳的社会秩序一个神圣的起源。相反，你在中华，就是在中华文明中，很少能看到这样的一种想象，是认为社会在国家之前就存在并且衰落了。如果有什么衰落，那实际上是政府组织的衰落。对于在儒教的思想之中，黄金时代文明开始的黄金时代是所谓的尧舜禹时期，它是一个就是在圣人和国王圣王这样的一个统治之下的时代。在他们在那个时候，就是圣王是理想的社会秩序的来源。这一点我可能会就是我觉得暗示了某种这种不同的，就是中国和印度以及中国和西方那些不同的国家社会关系以及不同的就是社会组织的不同的合法性来源的一个起点。
I also want to offer a few responses to the previous discussion on the state and society relationship. From the purview of the lineage system, we can see the state takes the precedence over the society, and this will serve in China, and this will serve as a very important contrast to places such as India, for instance, where the state is considered to be an unfortunate necessity, for the society, and furthermore, the society actually takes priority over the state. For instance, there is such an idea of the Varna as a sacred origin of Indian society, and this is not the case in China, because in the Chinese tradition, the ideal rule or the ideal of society, has always been the society of the golden times, which is the time when the country was ruled by sage kings Yao, Sun, Yu. And this constituted, in my view, the huge difference between Chinese and Western or other societies, particularly in terms of the legitimacy given to the society as the foundation of the country. Thank you very much.